Hi everyone, this is my pilot for my new show, and we're going to be talking soccer. So the show is about world soccer from the beginning of soccer days, like from the 1800 till these days, since the World Cup is like a couple months away from now. So we're going to talk soccer. We're going to talk, first of all, today probably we're going to talk about when was the soccer created and who created it, and how they used to play. And we're gonna go, every episode we're gonna go with a new topic, okay? As of you may think that the soccer has been around for a long time because how famous it is, but it's not. It's a really young sport, not actually as old as even the Olympics who have been here. The Olympics have been around forever, more than 2,000 years. But soccer, we're gonna talk about it only since 1860s. So they always talk about the creator of football, but in 1862, somebody called Barnes, Ebenezer Colby Barnes, is one of the original founders of football. Of course, Soccer Football Association. He was the founder of Barnes Football Club back in 1862. And was even the captain of the squad for several years. Barnes Football Club played the first ever football game, in 1863 against Richmond Football Club. So who invented soccer? Who invented football? So there's a confusion about Romans created the game, but the Romans actually played a different kind of game. The ancient Romans played a game called herpastum. I'm glad I actually learning different words. Herpastum, a kind of scrimmaging a game where two sides fought for possession of a ball in order to throw it into the opposition goal. But it was never soccer or football. So while no single individual can realistically lay claim to being the inventor of football, Ebenezer Marley has been the guy we spoke about earlier. Marley has been referred to as the father of the Football Association. Historians has claimed that the sports was played even before then, as far back as 5,000 years ago. So according to the FIFA, modern soccer began in England, as we said, in 1860s. It's 62 or 63, whatever, 1860. However, the very earliest form of kicking a ball seems to have originated from the Chinese, as we spoke about earlier. The Chinese military manual dating back to the 2nd or 3rd century called ctry. So there's of course controversies following this who created football, because here the Scottish. So the historians aiming to say first Hamden. Irish historians Ged O'Brien is on a mission to prove suggestions that football is coming home to England are a flat lie. So somebody is trying to prove that football it's not originated from England, as it is entirely a Scottish game that originated 500 years ago as part of the Highland clan system. The records trace the history of soccer to more than 2,000 years ago, to the ancient China, Greece, Rome, and part of Central America. So ancient China, Greece, Rome, and part of the South Americans. The only people who didn't play soccer is Africans. Also claim to have started the sport, but it was England. Give you that one, England. That was England who transitioned soccer, or what the British and many of other people around the world call football, not soccer, into the game we know today. So England are the creators of football /soccer. It was a game who resembled football, were played on yeah, or meadows and roads in England. So they played football but used their hands. So there was an issue because every village and every part of the country was playing soccer, you know, the way they wanted to play it with their rules and stuff. But when the kids actually graduate and go to university, they had problems because everyone is playing their way. So English government, if you want, it was like 12. It was 12 clubs back then in around like England. I mean, around London. They actually gathered together and created the first rule booklet, if you want, and they actually printed it and handed it out and give it to people outside London. So after that, everybody was playing according to the rules from that book. That's why it's considered that Britain or England is the first to actually have created and put rules to playing soccer. And it was in that booklet when it says that they're gonna stop using their hand while playing soccer. So that's when it was a different now playing soccer from rugby, because everything was like kind of like the same. It's just like the balls were different. Everybody in line here that England are the people who created the soccer, but at the beginning they used to play by throwing rocks, coconuts or round objects from the nature till somebody actually came up with the ball. But we're gonna have to see how the ball was created. And it was customary to play a game much like hacksack, but instead of using the feet to keep a beanbag aloft, the object was to keep a pig bladder in the air. Thankfully, the soccer ball was coming. So instead of the pig bladder, they're gonna use the ball. The soccer ball we know today wouldn't come around till the year of 1855, 10 years before soccer or football itself was actually created, was known to be soccer. They were just like kicking a bunch of stuff around. And it was invented by Charles Goodyear. His creation was made almost entirely out of vulcanized rubber and was cored in a panel similar to modern basketball. The first soccer balls were like black and white. The reason the soccer ball is black and white is to make it easy to see on a black and white television screen. People's like young kids, you know what I'm talking about? Okay, so technically we're gonna resume what we spoke about here. We're gonna say that the Chinese actually were the first ones ever to play soccer without knowing that they were playing soccer. And the first people, the first nation, the first country who actually created soccer, really, it was the English people, like England, who created it. All this stuff is actually surrounded with a lot of controversies here and there, but this is the facts. England created soccer in like around 1863. The ball was created way before that, like 10 years before that. So this was the pilot of this new series. Just talk about soccer. If you like soccer, you would like the talk. Maybe you know what I'm talking about, maybe you don't. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye.